Okay, we are back into your books, and we are in at number 9. Although we're going to, at this point, normally we would do a breakout session with the preschoolers and the elementary. This year, because of certain circumstances, we're doing the preschool program differently this year. So we're going to jump from this page onto your next one. So turn that over. It says elementary program at the top, which it just should say programming because our preschool and elementary are put together. So we're going to go to page 4, and we're going to go through this section as if our breakout session is all together, okay? Wonderful. Okay, so just the nuts and bolts of how our Vacation Bible School works exactly. Some of you are new to this, you will need to know it, and others just know it like the back of their hand. But there are a few things that are a little different for everybody this year, so do listen up a bit. So rotation stations on page 6 is your picture. This is a bit confusing. You might need to go back to this if you're like, what? And page 7 is the map of where those things are. So these 2 pages you might want to look at. I also did a rotation video. So to kind of give you a visual, maybe you've never been upstairs in our church to go, what? Where's the youth lounge? And so which stairway is the front and how do you get where? So it talks about going up the back stairwell. This one, the back of the sanctuary is the up version when you're going upstairs. The down is the front. You're going to have to go all the way down using all of the stairs in the front. So this, at the very back, with the Whitney Avenue stuff, that's the up, and this is up. The front is down. So when you think about it generally like that, you'll probably get to the right place and not run into other people. So I'm going to watch the video, and then I'm going to make some comments after that. I did this 2 days ago, and I had a cold, and I'm old, and I'm running out of breath, so that's how it is. So, and it's a little blurry, so I'm just making all the excuses now so that you don't have to like laugh at me later, all right? So, good. Enjoy the video. Hi everyone, we're here in the sanctuary and we'll talk to you about rotation of stations. So we've just had our Bible time flock talk with me, and it's time to rotate. So while we have been doing our flock time here, the preschoolers have dismissed from here. They'll start here each day and they'll go downstairs where Jackie will take them to the mission corner first of all to talk, and then they'll go downstairs where they'll have their own Bible time. So during that time, we'll begin here, and then we need to rotate to one of your stations. So the first station on that first day is, I'm looking at my handy dandy schedule, which you can just pull out of here and give to one of your kids who will kind of be your schedule supervisors, give them kind of a job. And so each day you can pull that out and they can tell you where to go. So we're going to pretend we're going to be group 1 for that first day. They start in the gym. So everybody exits the way I just did, out of the sanctuary and downstairs. For those first 3 stations, you're going to have to all be down in this area all together. So come down those stairs and find a place in the basement here. So let's pretend that we're in the gym and we've just done our games with Corey. Thank you, Corey. And then you're going to come up these stairs while the people in this room are entering the gym. So please stay to the right side of the stairs so that you can each get in and out of that space quickly. And then this is your big commute. You're going to go all the way upstairs to the youth lounge from the games, from the gym. So up we go. All right, Diego, upstairs, all the way. We're now in the youth lounge. So this will be where the castle ruins are. Madeline will be leading this station. And so our next one after this will be the craft. So now, from here, you have to go all the way downstairs. You can't go down the way you just came up, so you have to use the front stairs. So we're going to use the front stairs all the way down to the basement again. So This way, nobody has to meet other crews as they're going to different stations. All right, let's go. On this side, we are going to have the craft. So Jackie will be here and you can do the crafts. Then the next stations are on this level as well. You can just rotate to this room to have the snacks. This is where Wendy will have all the snacks. You can sit in your spots. They'll be designated on the floor. And then from the snacks, you would rotate to the gym. But since we've been there already, that means our rotations are finished. We now go from here all the way to the sanctuary to end our day. So up we go. And you'll find your number crew again on your pews, and you'll end here. So this is also where you will end, and your crews will be signed out if they're kindergarten or grade 1. Preschoolers remain downstairs during the end so that their parents can come find them downstairs. Preschoolers, your rotation is a bit different. After you've done your flock talk with Jackie downstairs, you're going to come to this space in the foyer for your exploration station. So you can play on the slide, you can be in the overflow room, there'll be different stations. And then after this station, you'll go back downstairs to the crafts. I think we'll get you to go down the front stairs so that you don't get run over by the other kids. So if you exit this way, you can go downstairs to the elevator side of the basement where Jackie will be ready for your games or for your craft. And then you can rotate with everyone else in the elementary rotation until you come back to the end. You will not end in the sanctuary. You will stay in the elevator side of the basement. Hopefully that makes sense. Looking forward to seeing y'all. Wow, hey? If anyone wants to volunteer for that position next year, you can do the rotation for me. Super. Okay. Hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, study the little things in the book. If this is new to you, I made sure that I put the new people with the experienced people in your traveling group. There will be someone in your traveling group that knows where they're going. So if it's new to you, just look around and go, okay, I'm going to follow Brenda. She's been here for how many years? Okay, good. Or, even the kids, if you have one of the junior helpers, even though they might be new to the staff programming, they know this church like the back of the hand, and like Joshua's been everywhere around this church, and you know exactly where to go. So they know where to go to. So you ask if you don't know. Good. What to do at each station, though. So let's go to page number 9. I want to make sure that you know what is actually your expectations of all of y'all when you get to the different places that you're going to be. So when you're in this room, greet your kids every morning when they come in your seating area. So you'll have your crew number on the side of your pew. Preschoolers, you're going to take up the back section. So your kids will come, they'll be signed in the foyer, and then they'll be escorted to your pews every morning. So that's where you're starting, so that you can exit after the singing and stuff. We'll make sure you know when it's your time to exit at that point. The Bible time will be in here. Stay in your pews. Every instructions will be from the front. If there's supplies that are needed for your crews at that point, they will be in your pews. Castle Ruins upstairs with Madeline. Help to kids find, they're going to look up verses every day. They're going to look up the same verses, but don't do it for your kids. Teach them. Some of the kids might never have opened the Bible before. We don't want any of the other kids to make fun of them. Sometimes they're like, well, you don't know where Psalms is? If you don't know, you don't know. Like, get your kids to be gracious with one another, especially the church kids with the non-church kids, and teach them. Show them what they mean. And each time they go there, Madeline's going to talk about what the Old Testament and the New Testament means, what the chapter and the verses are like just to teach the kids so they're all on the same level of understanding. And they're going to have discussions. On page 27, this is important. If you're an elementary crew leader, look at page 27. It has every day, you're gonna get into your need any circles. This is important, especially in this group, in this station. Be in your crews, and you're going to Ask these questions. Madeline, you're looking for yours. I think they're in your own book, okay? And all of the same things. These are the questions that your kids have. Now, they're all in their books too. So Madeline will say, crew leaders, get out your books. That means you didn't leave them at home on the coffee table. You have them here, right? So you need your books every day because there's things like this you need to in there. So you're going to ask those questions. So they're in here for you to be prepared with the answers and be comfortable to ask them. They're not very long time of discussion, but they're fairly meaningful about the Bible verse. So know the verse. It says Psalm 23:1. It doesn't say the verse here. It's assumed that you've looked it up already. And then it asks, who are they talking about when they say the Lord? So that's important that kids unpack each verse to know what it's talking about. And that's your crew leaders' time to get to know your kids and interact with them, okay? So that's the castle ruins. There's meaningful discussion. It's also a time when they're going to have the more quiet time. There's a lot of activity and things and loud games, and the songs in here are high energy. But in Madeline's station upstairs, it's a time to be quiet. It's a time to do some sciencey experiments. And then there's a time at the end for about 3 or 4 minutes where they're just quiet. And there's reflective time. And there's some prayer time to teach them what prayer is. So if your kids need that, it's built into the program. And if your kids are really active, just be aware of who they are and sit beside them during the castle ruins so that you can give it a fidget spinner, that you can get them and talk with them quietly beside you. It's not a very long station. They can just sit for a few minutes. But it's a meaningful station because in there they're going to reiterate what the gospel is. Who is this God in these verses? What does it mean to them? Okay, so the next one is the Celtic Corner Crafts. They're going to go downstairs. Listen. Crew leaders, you're the one that needs to listen to the instructions. Preschooler leaders, to everyone, listen to the instructions. Because Jackie will say them, and then she'll say, ready, go. And she doesn't need 3 of you to look up, go, what do we do? Can you say that again? No, she's not going to say it again. You're going to have to figure it out. No, maybe she will say it again. She's nice, but she shouldn't have to ever say it twice because you're listening, right? Okay, good. Yes. Okay. Help your kids and don't do it for them. This is their activity. If they're like, this is too hard, it is not. They might not be perfect like Jackie's. And that's okay. Encourage them in how it is looking and encourage them. We are not a place to judge at all when they're trying to do something creative and put their cell phone, like drawing or whatever. We want them to feel encouraged and loved in this space. Have fun with your kids. It's a time to interact with them and talk with them, and so the crafts are important. We're going to have some demo of all of those crafts. So you're like, I'm not crafty. I don't know how to tell my kids to do what. She's going to come up here and tell you how to do it. You can do it. All right. Green Meadow Games. So now you're again have to listen carefully because the games, we want them to enjoy them, but we want them to do it quickly because that's not a very long time for them to have games. And I want you to participate as well. This is not like school where there's like a supervisor standing at the playground corner that's watching all the kids. That's not us. We are none of that. We are in with them. If they're getting wet, guess what? You're getting wet too. If they're running around and you're like, okay, good, and they'll laugh at you and you're like, yeah, laugh at yourself and keep going. But you are in all of it, right? Wholehearted participation. So Corey, ask all of your crew leaders to get involved. As well, some of the times it will be outside. So you're upstairs in your castle ruins and you're going down you're in the snack and you have to get outside. That's a funny place to get without going through everybody else. So I think we're going to go up these stairs and you can probably cross the foyer and go outside that way. And then you can enter when you're done being outside. If it's nice outside and we have some water games, good. Come in. But those stairs are for going down. So you need to somehow get back to the castle ruins. You're going to go back through the foyer and use the back stairs and go up, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Those are upstairs, and that's downstairs. So when you go out, come back to that side. Good. We just want to make it efficient for everybody. Stillwater snacks. Gather your crews in their spots. There'll be designated spots downstairs. This year, other years we've had self-directed teaching on your papers. We're using this as a whole rotation this time. So Wendy is going to lead the teaching tie-in spot. So get your kids' attention. She's going to tell them what their snack is and what it means. The next line there, read your snack explanation in your books. Cross that one out. It should not be there because the snack leader is doing it. this year instead. It does say in your book, so if you look on page, what pages are those? 14 and 15, 14, 15, and 16. You'll need your books for Snack Station too, because they have the prayer time. So then she'll explain what your snack is. You or one of your kids, I get them to pray. So ask any of your kids to pray. This is a great job for them. Some kids have never prayed before, and that's okay. You say, do you want to pray? Do you want to try? And if they're like, okay, I don't know what to pray. Well, there's a prayer a little bit written out for them just to read. It'd be a great teaching thing for kids that don't know how to do this, to just read the prayer. If no one wants to pray, then you pray yourself. You don't have to use the thing in the book, of course. Then once you're sitting down eating, there's talk time, conversation starters. This is a fantastic moment to get to know your kids because they're actually sitting still and they're eating. So you need to capitalize on those 3 minutes of attention. So there's some conversation starters in there. But what else can we do? We wanted to incorporate this year a bit of a memory verse moment. So if they can recite or at least give you a good effort in reciting their verse that day, we're going to have a bunch of different wacky sheep paper cutouts along the wall. And we have a big meadow. So if they can say their verse, they can just take one of their sheep and stick it on the wall. One per day. We're going to see how many sheep we can put in our meadow by the end of the week. So day 1, just do verse 1. Day 2, 1 and 2. Day 3, 1, 2, and 3. You see a little pattern? Okay, good. So as long as they're doing a reasonable effort, if you need to help them or help them with the actions as they do their thing, be enthusiastic and just cheer them on and let them, it's only paper, they can put the sheep up if they've done a pretty good job. Let them have their little sheep on the wall. Good. So then eat while you're doing that, or after that, there might be more time. So do not let your kids run around. This is not a run around time. From snack, you're going to go to games. You can say, our next rotation is games, but not right now. Come sit with us. So there'll be activities in the corner. There'll be some coloring pages. When you start here at registration, you're going to have some markers. You're going to put those in your bags. You're going to have markers with you. So if your kids are running around, give them the activity page and get them to sit while you guys talk, have conversation starters. Good. And then make sure you clean up your area for the next people. It's a rotation this time, so we need to make sure that all your cups and all the stuff and all these spills are all cleaned up, because in 3 minutes, the next group is going to come. It's terrible if there's they have to sit in all kinds of water or there's still cups everywhere. So clean it up before you leave. And then you'll come back here and sit in your spots again. We'll sing some songs and make sure they leave with their craft. Make sure they take their name tags off so that they can have them for the next day. And there's a sign out page on, page 13. There's a sign out page. If you're an elementary crew leader, look at this page. It will be in your pews at the end, and you need to make sure that they sign that out. We're going to talk a little bit more about that a little bit. Okay, preschoolers. There's one station that's different this year. You had an exploration station downstairs last year, and there was a free-for-all. The kids could go kind of anywhere. It's free play. We're going to have that station in the foyer, but it can't be free play because the mission board is there. There's other things to get into, so we can't just let the kids do anything. So there's 5 crews of you. You're each going to start in one of the 5 stations, and then you're going to rotate with your kids every 5 minutes. Madeline is going to be down there as your supervisor to make sure you understand what's happening and all your kids go in the right directions. And on page 8, elementary, you might notice that some of your pages are non-existent. That's because the preschoolers have some and the elementary have others. But elementary on page 20 and 29 is what you're going to be explaining at each of those stations. So you have 4 of them that need explaining. The slide doesn't. So this is just for preschoolers. So I have them all written in here so you can kind of read through them, preschooler, crew leaders, so that you're ready to tell your kids that and explain what you're doing and then do the thing. It's not real hard, but it does take some, hey kids, listen here. Did you know, and then you read the thing, it's going to be on the wall, that the rainbows did this or that the sheepdogs did that? Wow, and then we're going to do this. Let's do some matching game. Okay, and then you do the matching game or whatever's in front of you as the exploration station, all right? So make sure you read those pages so you're kind of aware of what's happening. Okay, good talk. Okay. Yeah, good. Oh, at the very bottom there, I just do need to mention, if your kid, if any of your kids bring up some serious issues, or you think there's some neglect or some abuse or violence that they're experiencing or something they're sharing, we're going to talk about hard times. So maybe some of that might come out. We have a moral and a legal obligation to act on that. So tell them that you empathize with them. Don't make promises you can't keep. So if they say, don't tell anybody, and you say, well, if I can, I won't tell anybody, because sometimes you have to tell somebody for their own good. So don't make promises you can't keep, but say, I'd love to tell Karen. She wants to know what's happening to you. She would really love you and wants to help you. So then come tell either myself or one of the pastors, and we will take that issue from there. We've never really had any issues like that, but you never know. So be aware and prepared for that as well. Good. Okay, going back to your page 3. No, that's not it. Page 4. Okay, we rotated through. You're bringing your book every day because there's all those instructions. If you have problems with your kids and they need jobs, there's a few suggestions of jobs on there. Number 6, it says schedule supervisor, pull that thing out and give it to your kid. Give it to a different kid each day. Give the bag to a kid to carry around. It gives them a job, especially those kids that need something to do or run away, or they just feel more important if they have something to do. Or be the sheep herder and they get to decide where they're going to be. Or that Irish tour guide, or call them something. Give them giant steps like Goliath, or baby lamb sheeps, or steps, or chased by a wolf or something. How are you going to get to your next station? And your whole crew does that to get to the next place. Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you about is registration. So the first day when we come, and the kids come, they need to be able to come to your crews, and you need to know where you're supposed to be. So if you're a crew leader in elementary, I'm going to put big signs on the wall everywhere in this room. You're going to come sit underneath your sign. You're going to have a paper on the ground or on a pew here, and there are going to be markers and pipe cleaners or something for your kids to do. Sit underneath that sign and wait for your kids to come. If I'm here and this is my spot and I have a number behind me, kids are coming from there, I probably shouldn't sit like this and wait, right? Be here, ready, watching for your kids to come. The first thing you notice is their name. And I say, hi, Travis, are you in my group? Oh, so good. I'm so glad I could get to know you. Come sit. My name's Karen, and, name is important. So talked about and then the second thing is to look at their number. If their number is not your number, they are in the wrong place. Okay? Tell the whoever brought them to you to say, oh, this is not the right kid. I mean, I'm supposed to be number 4, I'm number 9. So make sure that doesn't happen, because all of a sudden we have 8 kids in one group and somebody I only have 2 kids. Like, we don't want that to happen. So make sure, name, number, okay? So all you crew leaders, look at the very back page. Preschool and elementary, look at the very back page. It says what to do during registration. So you're going to welcome your kids, you're going to look at their name tag. Then there's some things to do while you wait for all of them to come. You're going to draw pictures, you're going to ask them about their interests. There's going to be pipe cleaner or Play-Doh or something else for them to do. Just like when you're sitting around a campfire, it's way easier to share when there's actually something to look at and do. So, or around food or something. So this is the same. If kids just have to stare at you, they're not going to talk, they're going to feel uncomfortable. But if they can draw, if they can do something with their hands and pipe cleaner, then they'll open up and feel like there's a connection right away. So then there's other things on there that you can ask them about. So have this page open during registration, all your crew leaders, so that you can be ready and have things to talk to them about. Number 5 is important. Crew leaders, look on the back of your name tag. It's white. It has blanks on it, right? Not assistant crew leaders, but all your crew leaders. You need the first day to write down all of your kids' names on there
And every day they're here, it's up to you to keep attendance for your kids. Because if we have an emergency and we all leave, you're responsible for your kids. They're going to come sit in front of you. They're going to leave and exit the building through all of the exits, however we need to leave. Our muster point is at the end of the parking lot because there's a fence there. We can all be along the fence in your crew. I'm going to come up to you and say, Wyatt, who's here today? And you need to be able to go, it's not like, Joe, was he here today? Was that yesterday? I don't remember. The place is burning down, Joe might be in it. What are we going to do? What are we going to tell the fire? Wyatt, go find Joe already. So we need to know who is in your crew that day. So the morning when they come, make sure you know, because I'll be looking at you to confirm that, okay? That is a very important thing for us to know. Okay, good. So, mhm.
Station leaders, if that should ever happen,
Mhm.
you're the last person to leave the station.
Mm.
You make sure, you sort of do a sweep to make sure all the kids are gone.
Good
And
point.
maybe check the bathroom as you walk by.
Oh, station leaders. Okay, got that. Be the last ones out. Make a sweep of your room. Check the bathrooms as you go by. Good, good. Okay, so registrations that's what the crew leaders are doing. So now the station leaders, what are you going to be doing? So Madeline and Corey, you need to be at the name tag station and welcoming kids and helping them find their name tag. If they have a name tag, that means they're registered. If they do not have a name tag, they haven't been registered, Jackie will be at the counter taking any new kids that come and want to register. Oh yeah, you're not there. Someone else will be at the counter and I'll let you know who that is. Yeah. So if they have a name tag, they're in. If not, they need to get registered. Now, assistants, all you guys who have an assistant on your name tag or something, you need to be escorting kids either into here in their numbers that are on their name tag or downstairs with their mother or dad or someone in tow because they need to sign in at the bottom of the stairs. So preschoolers need a parent downstairs. Other guys need to come in here in their spots, okay? And the sign in, sign out, you saw that paper in there. The sign in will always happen out there. It's not you, but the sign out is important. You'll have a clipboard of only the kids that need to get signed out. You'll have 5 kids in your crew. You may only have 2 kindergarten grade 1s, elementary people. So you'll only have those 2 kids on there. Don't let them out of your pew, not just out of your sight, because everyone's leaving. They just want to leave. So they need to stay in your pew until they can get signed out. You need to get your parent or whoever's there to print and not just go. Because when I come to you and I'll say, what does it say? Who is this? Because the parent's on the phone and said their kid never got home. And I'll be like, well, I don't know. I think it's a P. That's terrible. It happened once. The mother called 10 minutes later saying that they got home no problem. But I'm like, oh my goodness, we couldn't decipher who this person was. It's the most worst 10 minutes of my life. Anyway, so I don't want any more terrible 10 minutes of my lives, okay? Okay, good. So I'll make them print and then sign their name. Good. We're going to sign out the preschoolers downstairs, so the moms and dads will have to come downstairs. Maybe I'll get Jackie to do that sign out as well, down there, and she'll make sure that the parents sign the right thing. She'll call their name. They'll come to the parent, and then they can leave, okay? So make sure they stay in your spot, preschoolers, and then the guys up here. Good. If there's any questions about that, let me know. Great. Just to make sure that the preschoolers, you guys understood the rotation thing, your last station, your stations are going to be, your rotation is exactly the same every day. So you're going to do the thing, you're going to end up in the gym as your last rotation, and then you're going to go to the basement as you're closing. Kimmy's going to be there to kind of close up the day, and then Jackie will sign everybody out. But everyone else starts in a different rotation spot each day, just so that you don't want to maybe start with snack every day. Or, so you're going to maybe start with snack one day, then you're going to start with the gym the next day or the application station. So you're going to start in a new place and rotate the same, but your starting point will be different each day, okay? Just note that as you look at your schedules for each day at the back. Good. Okay, we are going to Does your snack need any instruction, Wendy? Okay. We have snack out there. We wanted to try one of everything, or like one of parts of this thing. So Wendy wanted to try these shepherd staffs. And so she made those. There's one, at least one for everybody. Have one first of all, and then, but don't move yet because we're only going to let the station leaders and the station assistants go get a snack and then go find someplace out in the foyer to talk for 10 minutes. Jackie's going to come up here to do a little bit of a craft demonstration for all of the elementary, or all of the crafts that she's doing. So if you're a station leader or a station assistant, scoot. One dessert thing each. talk like that. Okay, anyway. Thanks, Jackie. That'll be great. Hope that those will reinforce everything that we're learning. Okay, so I would love for all of you to go grab one of those snacks, but then come back in. We have a few more things to talk about before.